The movie opens with a voice narrating a story which introduced us to the movie. We are taken to the city of Terracotta, where we see a young boy which name is Men Yuan, his English name, Magnus, carry stuff and running. His grandmother asked him where he was going and he stood back to greet her. We, the viewer, are then taken to Mengwen Master Workshop, where he, the young boy, asks his master for his sword, which the master ignores him and told him he isn't ready to own the sword, and he begs, saying it's his time to shine. Suddenly, we hear a sound alarming the people of danger. We see arrows falling from the sky in an attack, which we are meant to know that the city has been attacked by some tyrant, a ruthless land monster, and it has been years since a monster attacked their nation. The soldiers formed into their defensive formations. We see Mengwen standing from the top of the cliff, saying today is the day he Mengwen contribute to Qin, their nation. Unfortunately for him, the flag which he tied round his neck pushes him, and we see him falling from a very high distance. He then landed on a monster. He's surprised that he's still alive. The monster runs in full speed, dragging him while he holds its tail. As another monster tries to kill him, we see a man coming to save him. He seems to be the general. Magnus narrates to us, telling the viewer that General Jin is his role model and the hero of Qingyang City, their nation. He killed as many monsters as possible in just a few minutes. However, when the other monsters see this, they force to retreat and run. This made everyone praise and respect the general even more. The general promises, saying as long as he's still the general, those monsters won't ever take their city. Men Yuan Master decides to punish him, believing his recklessness would have cost him his own life. We then see his two best friends, who begs him not to try such act again. They also believe he will only end up putting himself in danger, revealing to him that there is a dangerous monster outside called Kimu, who is responsible for stealing thousands of stuff and even people from their city. They all saw the picture how the monster looked like, only for them to see the butt, which seems funny. Suddenly, some soldiers apprehended Men Yuan. They mocked him, saying he will forever remain a messenger. They bully him, but suddenly, the general appeared. The general asked him if he wants to become an elite warrior, and he said yes. The general then proceeded to giving him the task of finding the tyrant who steals and ordered him to kill it. He agreed and the general left. Men Yuan goes for his hunt. He feel a rocking, saying the mark on them looked fresh. He heard some noise and hide. He eventually saw the monster, saying that was the right butt. He plans to set a trap, but a mysterious person comes and start attacking it. The monster toward the attacker, waving every arrows that was sent. The attacker seems to be a female, and Men Yuan is shocked. She struggled with the monster while Men Yuan approached it, trying to kill it. She escaped flying toward Men Yuan. They both fall into a mysterious place, and they manage to free themselves, but the girl en masse begin to attack him. They both decide to join force since they both have mutual interest. They entered a mysterious building where they find a wizard who tries sacrificing a goat into a fire. He began casting a spell, bringing things into life. The goat informs them that it's the wizard who has been stealing stuff from their village, including humans, thereby turning them into medicine, making him strong. Before they react, the wizard had already taken a medicine, which then cleared the injury on his face and made him more powerful. Suddenly, Men Yuan and the lady is attacked by the monster. Unfortunately, they don't die. They attack Jade, the girl, with full force, thereby removing her mask, revealing her identity. They fought with all their strength and power when the wizard tried to finish them off. They found out that the monster attacking them has a weakness, which was their eyes. They then began to attack it, killing it. The goat managed to untie itself, attacking the wizard. Unfortunately for the wizard, the pot he was meant to use to sacrifice the goat then fell on him, killing him. A pot of fire then exploded, but Men Yuan comes to Jade's rescue, and she was amazed. The goat showed them an escape route. On their way, they found out that the goat was a magical creature and showcased his power, but couldn't complete it, and they mocked him. We then see Sunfly flying around them, and Jade says the beautiful thing she's ever seen. She then asked Men Yuan why he was trying so hard to catch the monster. He explained that in the village, they all treat him like trash, so it's his way of proving himself to them, and tells her about their former general who lost his life in a battle. She promised to teach him how to fight so he can capture Kimu. On their way, they both train, teaching him things, making their connection stronger, and Men Yuan fall for her harder. The scene then switches to where we see a lot of baby monster, and they were heading toward the city. This was led by their alpha. They both chase it, ending up in a cave where the baby monster approached them. Then a monster came out from the ground, which Kimu saved the goat and its children. We then learned that those baby monster was Kimu's children. The monster chased them and they ran, ending up in a very big laver. However, the large monster slipped, falling into the very large lava. But as it falls, the drag Mengwen along. Mengwen begs the goat to help him, but it didn't work when he tried unleashing its power. Then Jade helped Mengwen. However, the venom touches her skin and making her weak. Mengwen carried her on his back. They then see a river and boat which they use to cross. Mengwen looked at her and promised himself to find a cure for her. Meanwhile, they see Kimu, which was the monster Mengwen was hunting. The boat was then hit by a rock, causing it to charter. Mengwen carried Jade, but then he found out that they both can't make it, so he pushed Jade, saving her. The scene is switched to a woman performing some healing ritual to help Jade. It worked and she's awake. She looked and found Mengwen. She asked him what happened and he explained that Kimu the monster saved them as he falls. Mengwen's grandmother appears and she admired Jade's skin. Jade told Mengwen about her story, how she went on a journey to find her real parents with her grandpa just until Kimu the monster killed him. She promised not to stop until she avenged his death. Just then Mengwen saw those warriors from before chasing the Kimu. They both joined and captured the monster in a trap. Mengwen reminded Jade again that the monster saved them. After a long struggle with Mengwen trying to save Kimu from the warriors, Jade joined him, freeing Kimu. Kimu then explained to us, the viewer, what had happened, and we find out it was the warrior who caused the death of her grandfather. She fought them. In the process of doing so, the general showed up. Mengwen tried explaining what happened and why Jade fought the soldiers and told him he cut the monster. The general told Jade that her father died an honorable death. She isn't happy with that. Mengwen pleads on her behalf, but she attacked the general. The general ordered for her arrest. Mengwen begs and the general listened, followed by Mengwen promotion as an elite warrior. Jade angrily left in tears. We see them carrying Kimu and Mengwen isn't happy even after accomplishing his dream. We then see an attack on the city followed by a warrior falling off from the sky. All the monster heads straight to the city gate, attacking their nation gate, trying to break through. Unfortunately, they did so. While in the cell, they torture Kimu. Then Mengwen comes to help and dismiss the security guide. He then released it and asked it to run. Shocking, a monster carried Mengwen on his back to show him where a very precious stone was kept. He then realized that the monster weren't attacking their nation, but only to take the precious stone to make them live. Suddenly, we see the general asking him for that precious stone, which Mengwen refuses to give. Angrily, the general attacked, but Jade stopped the attack and quickly then entered Kimu back to escape. We then see the general taking a medicine that cured his face, more like that from the wizard from earlier. He then ordered all his men to attack Mengwen and Jade. Mengwen, realizing they can't win, reveals to the crowd that the general stole the stone from the monster, revealing the stone as well. Finally, the monster has successfully entered the kingdom. The general ordered all of his army to stop them while he goes after Mengwen. In the process of the general trying to take the stone from Mengwen, the stone nearly falls and Mengwen catches it, but the powers then went inside of him. But the general then stopped Mengwen, taking the stone from him. We see a monster which attacked the general, stabbing him from the back, making him stab himself with the stone, making the general transform after sacrificing those warriors, giving him the strongest power he wanted. As they fought him, they were no match to him. He then narrated his own story with a flashback, informing them that he was once regarded as a weakling in the society, and that he stole the stone from them, which increases his own powers. He then proceeded to finishing Mengwen. However, Jade shows up from the sky, but the general pairs his sword through her body while Mengwen watches in shock. Every of his army saw this and goes to attack him, but he destroyed them all. The ground breaks and divided Mengwen from Jade, and he became angry. A strong energy entered him, making him very powerful. The goat also tried unleashing his power, but this time worked. The both fought the general, and after a very extended fight between Mengwen and the general, Mengwen finally defeated him. The movie ends as Mengwen was hailed and praised for bringing peace and harmony to the city, but he was sad, as this meant nothing since Jade wasn't with him. If you love animated movie or series, kindly subscribe for our frequent uploads.